Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for July 24th to the 30th. This is for Sagittarius, Sun and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity. To get more specific and detailed with your reading, Sagittarius, I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Sagittarius, whoa. We just came out of a really big week, okay? You're probably feeling these shifts in your life, especially because of what's happening astrologically for you, and we'll get to that. But you're probably having a lot more fun, too. There's probably a lot of action going on, like really busy energy as well. Some of y'all could be feeling a little bit of pressure as well, but, you know, it's considering your last reading, I mean, you got the Ten of Cups and the Magician. I mean, your life is starting to change, okay? Your life is starting to change. You're moving into this new cycle in your life. Now, what's happening now for you, Sagittarius, is that the Sun moved into Leo over the weekend. So now we're in Leo season, okay? The Sun rules Leo. So it's in its domicile. It's at home. It's shining all this light into, the Leo is all about pleasure, it's fun, it's romance, it's family, it's children, it's creativity, it's sex, it's all of that. It's all of that. Now, here's the other thing, is that Venus also went retrograde over the weekend, and that's a really big thing, okay? It hasn't happened since 2015, all right? Venus retrograde in Leo. Now, Venus, coincidentally, is like the planet of love, all right? It's beauty, it's romance, it's money, it's relationships, fashion, creativity. So everything that we desire, basically, right? So it's Venus is in a sign of love and romance. So it's just it's a retrograde. It's a retrograde. So what does that mean for you, Sagittarius? It means that you are, for the next 40 days, because Venus is retrograde until September 3rd, for the next 40 days, you are going to be reassessing, all right, a lot of things in your life, especially when it comes to relationships. You could be reassessing a lot of other things, and we'll talk about that, but this is a time where, think about the right, like a retrograde. So reassessing, rethinking, reevaluating, reconsidering, redesigning, even like rekindling, right, matters of the heart. It's really love, again, money, finances, investments, but Leo is a sign. It's fun, right? It's also like it's a boosting confidence and courage in that part of your life. Now, this is the Sun, right? So what's really interesting is there's going to be a lot of focus on like codependency, all right, because that we're talking about relationships here, okay? But we're now also bringing in the Sun in Leo. That is, the Sun is all about independence. It's all about freedom. It's all about being you. It's ego, identity. It's authenticity. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of awareness now that you're going to have about the things that you do want, about the things that you do desire. Right. So this is going to be a big time of just like really, really going deep. All right. Now, all of this is happening in your 9th house. The Sun in Leo and Venus retrograde in Leo in your 9th house is spirituality. So there is going to be a sense of you and just a spotlight on your belief system, your philosophies, even like spirituality, right? And I want you to ask yourself what that means to you, because it means so many different things for a lot of different people. A lot of y'all could be thinking about, even things that are, that'll make you a little bit spiritually active, maybe like a lot more intuitive, but it's also, long distance travel is in the 9th house and publishing. So there could be matters that, especially if you're Sagittarius rising, okay, that could really resonate with you around that time. If you're writing a book, if you're working on something that has to do with publishing, but also if maybe you're just a frequent flyer and you travel all over the world and you're racking up these miles, this is time to think, hey, maybe I want to spend more time with my family, you know, instead of like going all over the world, especially if it's something like work related, that could be a thing. But in any case, it's a big time to rethink things, all right? And remember, it's only 40 days. I did make a video on things that you shouldn't do during a Venus retrograde, and I'm going to give you an example. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I'll leave the link so you can look at it. Like, you never want to initiate a relationship, so that's obviously not going to, you know, be a thing for people that are already in relationships. You don't want to launch a business during Venus retrograde. There could be some, you know, things that just are challenging if you do that. You don't want to get like elective surgery or cause, like, you know, like big changes. Like, if you really want bangs and you haven't had bangs in, like, you know, ever, I'd wait until September 4th, because you might not end up liking it. But anyway, I made a whole other video, things that you shouldn't do. There's a lot of things up in there. Now, after September 3rd, that is when everything that you have reassessed and rethought, like, this is when you can actually like move forward. All right. And remember, think about the RE. All right. So this is, you know, having that revival and rebirth and renaissance and reality check. So this is when you may have a lot more clarity. This is where you really know what you want, what your heart wants. Okay, so remember, it's all about matters of the heart here. And so it really is like a summer of love. It truly is. But it is, again, for a lot of not just Sagittarians, but for every sign. It, you know, Venus retrograde in Leo, it's a time of like breakups and shakeups and wake up calls. All right, so there could be some breakups, and it's only because a lot of it may be mutual. You may just come to this understanding with your partner, like, I don't know if this is working out, and, you know, so just keep that in mind. And I know that there's always going to be a comment or two like, what, you're saying that, like, my husband of 40 years is going to leave me? Like, I'm saying this is a time where people are just going to be reassessing their relationships. Like, I know 3 or 4 couples right now during this time, like Venus retrograde, they're actually now taking their relationships to the next level. So they are moving in together, or they are getting married, or, do you know what I mean? Like, they are doing or planning, you know, the next steps in their relationship. So again, it's just what resonates with you. Okay, what resonates with you? Where are you in your life right now where that may resonate? Now, so just to give you a little example of what does happen, all right, during a Venus retrograde, I don't know if you watched The Voice, but the last time Venus was retrograde in Leo, like I said, was 2015. It was July to September 2015. If you watch The Voice, remember Blake Shelton, him and Miranda Lambert, they divorced in July, okay, 2015. At the same time, that was during a Venus retrograde in Leo. At the same time, Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rasdale, they split up during that Venus retrograde period. Now, Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, after Venus retrograde, when Venus went direct in November, they got together. Soulmates. All right, so that's just an example of, you know, some things that happen during a Venus retrograde, okay, in terms of relationships. But again, a lot of this is shining in your 9th house, and, you know, with Jupiter in your 6th house, there's a lot of this could just be a lot of more of you, what's going on with you. There's a lot of, again, travel stuff is just a big thing, that there may be some completion to it. There could be just really looking at things in terms of that, but career is a big thing for y'all too. Okay, so when I say relationships, yeah, it can have to do with bosses or colleagues and leaving a job for another job. All right, that's possibly going to be a big thing, because Mars is in Virgo in your 10th house. Okay, Mars is in Virgo in your 10th house of career, of public recognition, of achievements, fame, honors, but Mercury is moving into Virgo on the 28th, and so Mercury, the planet of communication, is joining Mars All right, so that is, and Mercury is in its domicile. Mercury is the ruling planet for Virgo, so it's almost like you're going to have this laser focus, this intensity to your career. What's going to make me happy? And just being really more ambitious, almost to like a perfectionist level. It's going to be a career is going to be a thing for y'all. The other thing is Venus is squaring Uranus on July 24th, so we're kicking off the week with Venus squaring Uranus. So it really is. That's just a breakthrough. I've said that. You know, we've had one, we have another one coming up. I mean, these are just breakthrough moments, and it just happens to be in your sixth house. Okay, happens to be in your sixth house, Uranus in your sixth house. So again, that's a lot of work. That's everyday activities, but work matters. Okay, work matters. And things that involve work. And then Venus is conjuncting Mercury on the 27th. That is a big day. That's a very important day. This is a day where you may get like spiritual downloads, intuitive messages. It is the luckiest or the best day astrologically of the week, but it's like you'll have like a sense of clarity around this time, a sense of freedom even, but it's a good day to look out for, because you could even get messages in your physical world. But let's go ahead and get started. Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you for July 24th to the 30th. Again, this is for Sagittarius Sun and Rising, and if you want to read for your Moon, your Venus, all those other placements, you are absolutely welcome to, especially Venus, because Venus is very active right now, very active. But Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for July 24th to the 30th. Now, Sagittarius, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. It really does give the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Sagittarius, you'll see my sleeping dog has joined me, so I'm going to have to push every card back a little and make table space here. You do not want to wake up my dog when she's sleeping. And I love y'all, Sagittarius. Y'all are amazing. So I'm going to, this is going to be, this is it, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just making sure that you can see all this. This is going to be a week. It's time to let something go. Okay. It's time to let something go. You're going to have to let something go. You did get the Nine of Pentacles, which is great. Okay. This is absolutely amazing. This is all about abundance. It's all about, remember, this week is like just, a lot of that independence energy with this Sun in Leo. But that's what this card is. You can see all the abundance, all the harvest around her. So there's a lot of that. You can even see the symbol of Venus all over her gown. All right. So remember, Venus is in Leo right now. That is your ninth house. Again, it's going to hit Sagittarius risings a little bit more with all these planetary aspects, but every Sagittarius is feeling this. But it's that feeling like you're feeling a little bit more free now, especially after like the changing of the nodes. Like there's a lot of remember, you're moving into this new era, this new chapter, new cycle in your life. Okay, based on your because every reading, I know a lot of I know a lot of tarot readers don't do continuations, but I do, because I put in all the astrological aspects. So this is a continuation from your reading last week. And last week, again, like I said, you had the Magician, your final outcome. You have the 10 of Cups in the heart of your spread. 10, 1, 0 equals 1, new beginning. So you're moving into this new area in your life. And you have the 9 of Pentacles. Like all this abundance, wealth, y'all could have come into a place where you're just feeling really good. Things that you really wanted, like you were earning it, brought you a lot of enlightenment as well. Now, you got the Devil in the heart of your spread. In your last reading, you had the Devil in your crown. All right, so it was like you were thinking of this thing that was holding you back, things that were not serving you well. The Devil represents like bad behaviors, vices, addictions. Could be like even attachments. It can be even pessimistic way of thinking. Just think of things that are just not good for you. You see the two people here chained to the devil, and so it really is like I say it's like a trap. It's something could be seducing you to go to like the bad side, right? The dark side. So it really is a matter of being aware of what these chains are. What is the thing that may be something that you know is not good for you, that you have to kick to the curb, okay? Kick to the curb. It really is important to know, especially when the devil's coming up in the heart of your spread, all right? Could, for a lot of Sagittarians, especially Sagittarius rising, like, could be something with money. It could be something with money because if you think about, this card is ruled by Capricorn, right? And so Capricorn is your second house. It's income, salary, all right? So again, remember, there's a lot of activity with work happening for a lot of Sagittarius will feel that, especially with the fact that Mars and Mercury are in Virgo in your 10th house of career. And now you have the devil ruled by Capricorn in your second house of money and finances, but also self-worth and self-value. So there is something that could make you feel really insecure. And so you're moving toward something that is kind of like your comfort zone, or, you know, just think about like if you had like, I don't know, a breakup, right? You sit in front of your TV, you binge flicks, is that it? I just made up a new word, binge flicks. You binge Netflix, you order like a million buckets of ice cream, and you avoid the thing that you have to face, right? So that's what this card is. And I want you to know, like, trauma is really associated with this card as well. The devil, trauma doesn't happen to us, it happens inside us, right? And so think about, even like if we go like way back to like childhood, like our formative years, it really is there's two fundaments, right, of what we go through, and it's, you know, it's attachment and it's authenticity. And so when you are doing things that are not serving you well, it could be like maybe I don't know, it could be like you're in a friends with benefit situation, right? And you know it's not good for you, but you're still like, oh, but it feels good, but I know it's not good for me because I want a relationship and this person's not giving me any love. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like kind of that. And so you have that attachment, but you lose your authenticity. Okay. And so this is a big, remember, the sun in Leo, this is all about like authenticity. And then remember I said it's like, you know, the devil represents like addictions. Okay. So drugs and alcohol is, you know, the most cliche, but it's, think about like people going to rehab. They, you know, lose their authenticity, but they're trying to rediscover themselves, right? They're attached to something, which is drugs and alcohol. All that authenticity is gone. And so they go to rehab to do that self-discovery. So the devil coming up in the heart of your spread, really, really be aware of the chains, okay? But while you're being aware of the chains, care to break free from them. That's the big picture here. That's the main message. You have to care. You have to put effort into moving forward from whatever is holding you back, all right? Whatever's not serving you well this week. Now, you did get the Four of Swords in your challenge area, all right? So, interestingly, what's happening here is for a lot of Sagittarius, there could be a breakup, or there could be a situation where it is a breakup, all right? With the devil and the Four of Swords, ruled by this card, ruled by Libra, right? Which is the native ruler of the 7th house of partnerships and relationships. It could be a boss as well, but something that is going to really affect you to the point where you cannot rest or you cannot meditate, and you need to have those moments to meditate and really think about it. Remember, it's caring about breaking free, right? And so you have to actually think about it. That's going to be a big thing because you have the Four of Swords in your challenge area, but then you also have the Nine of Swords in your crown. So there is a sense of something that you may be going to that brings you comfort that you know is not good for you this week, because something may happen that causes that to happen. So again, just be aware. Be aware, all right? Remember, Venus retrograde in Leo in your ninth house of spirituality. Have that time to reassess, rethink, reevaluate anything that may be holding you back. I mean, look at the vampire, the bat wings on the devil here. Come on, that's like, he's an energy vampire. It's sucking all the energy out of you this week, or the potential is there. So we really want to move forward from that. Now, you did get the Three of Pentacles and the root of your spread, so it could be there is something very, very again, work related stuff is going to resonate for a lot of Sagittarians. It's almost like that's kind of like what's it could be a colleague that may have done something to you or will do something this week where you're just like not happy with it. It could be a boss, but it's also could be something that you really want to start, but you can't because you just have so much going on up here. But either way, Three of Pentacles, again, this is, it's teamwork. It's teamwork that makes a dream work. You see the stonemason, he can't build a cathedral without that architect. Vice versa. It's really, at the end of the day, like bonding, all right? And it's in the root of your spread. It's 3. 3 is all about growth and advancement, and its success reached through working with others. So there really is a sense of a lot of y'all looking at everything that's happening here. It's almost like there's a sense of being trapped in a way, like mentally, even like spiritually for a lot of y'all. It could be emotionally for a lot of y'all, and it could just be something in your physical world where it's just like, this is gonna be this is gonna be a jump. I'm gonna have to really work on this. But I really want you to bring people in your life right now. Okay, I don't want you to go through this alone. I think you will be. I think that you. Okay, look at this. So you have the chariot in your future. So this is a really good sign. It's saying that, the potential is there to just break free. All right. So that's good. You have the chariot on your side. It looks like you will, as long as you avoid this devil energy, you're going to be fine. Okay. You're going to have to face it. You're going to face, whatever fear it is that you have regarding what's holding you back. And again, for a lot of Sagittarius, it's going to be work, it's going to be money, it's going to be also your self-worth, something that it has to do with your self-worth and your confidence, like I'm not good enough energy. Like you may have to face that fear, like because you are good enough, okay? But you will break free. Again, as long as you are aware of what's holding you back or something that you could fall into that's not serving you well, you'll be fine, okay? You got the chariot in your future. And the chariot is all about breaking free. I mean, this is someone who's found all that willpower, all right, that determination to move forward, to just boom, 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 boom. And so it really is still this transformative part of your life. Reason being, the chariot is 7, and so 7 is 2023 is the year of 7. July is a month of 7. I don't know if you're into numerology. 7 is a very significant number. It is an absolutely significant number, and it really is all about that introspection. So you're really going deep this week. I'm not gonna lie, this is a deep reading. There's something that you have to unroot, something that you have to say bye to, okay, Sagittarius? But the chariot, all right, in your future, chariot's ruled by Cancer, all right? And so for Sagittarians, that is your 8th house of death and rebirth, of cycles, of transformation, all right? So it's almost like what's happening is like, it's almost like there's this feel good, like, oh, everything's great, and then you hit this snag. And then you got to figure out how to unhook yourself from that snag, all right? And then you're just boom, you're gonna move forward. Okay, so let's get to your stuff. And you've got this. I mean, the chariot's amazing. Yeah, look at this. You got this. You're fine. Sagittarius, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. You're amazing. I wouldn't be here without you. So I am truly grateful. And I do appreciate it. So Sagittarius, you got to let something go. You got to let something go this week. All right. We're real talk. All right, Sagittarius, I know y'all are fun and you like freedom and you love to travel and explore, but this is a week where you need to spend some time with yourself, okay, and go really deep. There's something that you do have to let go. You know what it is, okay? I know you know what it is, but you got the Eight of Swords. Like when I say you know what it is, you know what it is, okay? You need to look, her feet are free. She can walk out of this anytime she wants. So there's going to be something that comes up this week where it is going to ask you, it's just like Pluto. Like I always say, like, Pluto is that planet. It's like, you're going to fear me, you're going to impress me. But with this coming up, it really is the devil now saying, like, you gonna let me chain you, or are you gonna run away from me and go toward enlightenment, right? It's your choice, but you have the chariot in your future. You can break free. You have that power, okay? You have it. You got to believe in yourself, all right? Don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. Look, you've got the Three of Cups in your external factors area. This is joy. This is celebration. And again, that bonding energy that was coming up strong earlier, okay? In fact, you see that out of all the cards here, the only two cards other than the devil where there's multiple people, more than one people, are the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Okay? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's I want you to be social. I want you to be social, and I want you to, if you need that support, I need you to reach out to people this week. If you feel like things are just really tough, and yeah, but this is, you have the Chariot with the Three of Cups. Again, the three, there's something new that you're going to be celebrating. With the Chariot, with it coming after the Chariot, it could just it really could be this moment of celebrating you getting past this roadblock, this snag, all right? But at the end of the day, it really is just celebrating life, all right? You see the three sisters here toasting, all right? So there's a lot of joy with this card, a lot of newness that comes with this card too. 3 is creation, all right? And you got it in the root of your spread, so there's a sense of something new that we're moving toward. Now, you did get the 8 of Wands. I love this, all right, because you do want to move forward. You do, all you want to do is go toward your passions, all right? You want life to just move fast for you now. It's almost like you want to get out of this situation, and you're really aware of it, but you got to take action. You got to take action and do something to move forward, because you got the 5 of Cups in your final outcome. And so, again, you definitely have to let something go. You have to let something go. You got the Devil. You got the 4 of Swords in your challenge area. You got the 9 of Swords. You got the 8 of Swords. And now in your final outcome, you have the 5 of Cups. You've got to let something go this week, all right? Think about what it is. Is it something in your physical world? Is it something emotionally? Is it something mentally? Is it something spiritually? But it is something going to have to do with, it's going to have an impact on you emotionally, all right? There is going to be a sense of almost like regret energy. It's almost like you could be afraid of ending something or facing something because you do not want to regret something, or you're afraid of what the outcome is. But you can see he's got 2 cups behind him. You can't focus on the past, all right? You can't focus on, you can't let the past dictate your future, all right? So you can't have these moments of whatever happens this week could be something that you may regret doing, but it was the best thing for you. but you're dwelling on it because you think it was a worse thing for you. But it's not. It's not. It is saying that you have to move forward. I'll even clarify that for you. See? Yeah, and it definitely is possibly going to be a relationship, all right? But if it's not a relationship, because the Knight of Cups is, you know, the knight in shining armor, this is really like love energy. You see him with the cup. You see him extending it. He wants to share it with someone. So so two things here. One, it could be a relationship. Again, Venus is retrograde in Leo, all right? And I've told you many times what that means. So it could be a relationship that there could be a breakup for some Sagittarians, but there could also be a sense of there could be something that you're not letting go. Once you let it go, then all this amazing stuff happens. Like, remember, you got the 8 of Wands, right? You just want things to move fast. There's a lot of enthusiasm with that card. It's all about your passions, your ideas, creativity, even work. Okay, Wands are work related. Now, Knight of Cups, this is someone, not only does he want to share his cup, but he just wants to fill his cup. He just wants to be emotionally fulfilled. So this can be your passions that you're moving toward. This can be like a sense of, just going toward the things that you really love. But again, it's going to be relationships for a lot of y'all. Because the Knight of Cups, he is Pisces. And then when you think about Saturn and Pisces, that is in your 4th house of home matters. So there could be something that has to do with home. But relationships are in your 4th house, all right, Sagittarius? So so looking at your entire spread, this may be a very challenging week for you, but you have the power to, it's all about your mindset, okay? And it's, I always say, like, if there is a challenge, what really matters is how you go into this challenge and how you come out of the challenge, right? You always want to be, the better person, like the better version of yourself. You want to come out with self-respect, self-dignity. Like, you want to know that you did the best you could. But it really is all this, there's something you have to let go. But it does look like there may be some endings of something. But once it ends, you have the 3 of Cups. You have the Knight of Cups. All right. I'll even do one more clarifier for you. All right. And then you have the Page of Pentacles. So you see how something new is coming through. Okay. And something new is coming through once you let this thing go. All right. So Sagittarius, thanks so much for tuning in. Page of Pentacles, by the way, like, come on, that's Pages usher in that new change. Pentacles, money and wealth. All right, money and wealth, but also your physical reality. All right, so something new. It can be a relationship. All right, it's like he's very compelled by this pentacle. He wants to invest in it, right? He wants to eventually become the King of Pentacles, and he will. All right, so what do you want to invest in? Is it a relationship, a new relationship? Is it something in career? Is it a new project that you want to start? Whatever it is, it's in your final outcome coming after the Knight of Cups. I mean, you're good as long as you really face any fears that you have to and let go of anything is not serving you well. So Sagittarius, thanks again for tuning in. This is going to be a week. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a week. And I feel like we'll talk about it next. So next week I'm doing your monthly reading, but we'll talk about it. We're kicking it off with a full moon in Aquarius. All right. So there is going to be a closure to something. All right, so this is happening this week. All right, so make that closure. And again, we'll talk more about it next week, but thanks again for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on, especially with a reading like this. All right, and if you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. I will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.